Today, Precarious plays
Transistor. I have a distinct sense of deja vu. This is becoming a problem game. Let me explain very briefly. This is the second time where we were recording this section of a game which I already said, like, I've been having trouble beating it. This is like the third time that I've tried to really seriously try to beat this game. And now it's like, what are we going to talk about? Because I'm worried I'm going to be repeating myself, you know?
Yeah.
We had some technical problems, but we've got some new equipment, and this is it. This is our last ditch effort to play this game. Nah, it's not true. If this doesn't work, I think we're just going to buy it on a console.
Yeah. Because you wanted to, like, finish playing this game.
Oh, yeah, I'm in grim determination mode, for sure. But, like this, No, see, I thought that we had these. Ah, we don't have a passive slot. We didn't even play that far into the future before realizing that something was wrong with our technology.
Yeah.
You know, maybe this was the perfect game for that, though.
I was going to say, I mean, it kind of adds to the atmosphere of disorientation and technical strangeness. I mean, the entire block went down. We don't know where it is. It's offline.
Oh, wait, this is a good line.
Get myself killed. Now the game's canceled. Hoping that'll do it for the bad news for a while.
Oh yeah, I like this part as well. Yeah. It's like political do I want to be a political advocate? Do I want to be an activist? Activist. Team spirit.
Team spirit. I do love the way that she starts to type and then backtracks so often. It's very telling. I think it's a very... I almost wish that Transistor wouldn't talk. Because it's such an interesting challenge having a story told without people speaking. I mean, it's very possible, and it's just requires a lot more consideration. But I really like the way that, like, for example, those text bits in this game, but other games that deliver a lot of character and storytelling without having a whole lot of dialogue are, gosh, Shadow of the Colossus is one. It always has sort of a mysterious air, but you can definitely tell what's going on. And there's another one.
Almost every Mario game.
Yeah, I guess, but that's...
Don't need to guess. You can just play the games.
Yeah.
Aha! How about that?
There was one that I had on my mind, though, and it's frustrating that I can't think of it. Oh well, I guess that sector's down, too.
Oof.
So, where are we in this story right now? Because I, too, am having confusion.
We just beat the first major boss.
Okay, I remember her.
And took the jet ski.
Okay.
Well, sort of big for it. Speedboat.
Speedboat, yeah.
And then... I think that's really it.
Oh yeah, Samus. Samus, in the games that I like with Samus, doesn't really talk, but she has logs. And she writes them, you know, so she has a written
We better hustle.
voice.
Yeah, and it's nice. Because, like, why would she be talking? She's alone on a planet covered with aliens and space pirates. Who does she need to talk to? No one. Exactly.
Adam.
I guess.
Infusion only,
Yeah.
which is his only appearance in the series. Shut up.
But I really feel like I had a good sense of that character before I even played any of the Prime series.
Well, Prime is really when she gets to have more of a voice in her log entries.
Yeah.
Hey, get back here.
I always think it's kind of funny sometimes when you have like a lone protagonist and they're like,
Step back.
and there I was,
Clucker.
standing in front of the great monsters, and like they're talking to themselves, and you're like, somebody loves journaling.
Somebody's lonely.
Yeah, which is fair. I mean, it would happen, but at the same time, I like that challenge. I like rewarding people for paying close attention to the details that a game can provide without speaking.
There's a little feature to this game that I
Here we go.
will address briefly. We got Switch before.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the passive slot. So now we just need yeah. the
It's getting late.
stories. We hadn't talked about Red or the Transistor, their backstory yet,
Yeah.
because we had, but now we haven't.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, it's also worth noting that I made sure to get a manual backup.
Yeah. That was hard, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I don't blame the developers for that. We're definitely like way off book.
Yeah.
You know?
Playing out of the intended environment.
Yeah, but it was a bit of a hassle to dig through the files. Everything was numbers.
It's working overtime.
Like there was not a situation where it was
Not conveniently labeled.
well, so there are a lot of different ways a game can be saved on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of games you can just go to like the title of the game
Here, girl.
and then like saves. So a reasonable path for finding the file might be like app data, Transistor, or like app data, roaming, Transistor, saves.
Right.
That would be a perfectly reasonable way to present the files, but this was in a more obscure situation where it was basically like my user ID, so it was just this big long number, and then I think it was some sort of game ID.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hard hitting.
then I don't think it was even called like the saves folder. And whenever you dig down to the actual file, I think it was just like profile_1.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of thing.
The sky looks blue because we want it.
Every time one of these shows up, it cracks me up.
Orange. We picked orange before.
Yes, and I still want orange, even though I know the results. Even though we lose. How on earth are they supposed to have a solstice in this universe?
Oh, it might still be happening. It might just be happening outside this space.
I don't know.
I've got a passive slot. Man, there's mechanical stuff that I explained, and I don't know I don't know about it anymore.
Well, give it a shot. I mean, explain the passive slots, because we just got them, so we wouldn't have had reason to talk about them at length.
Yeah. Well, there are 3 places that you can equip functions. There's the active slot, then there's the sort of buff slot, and then there's the passive slot. So functions can either do something, modify what another function does, or modify red passively.
Mm-hmm.
If you complete a battle with a function in each slot, if you look down there in the right-hand corner,
Yeah.
you get a full story.
Mm-hmm.
So see, like, this has background and arrangements unlocked by, like, the active slot and the upgrade slot. But this one, which we just got, we haven't done anything, so we don't have any stories.
Gotcha. I really like that. Dangling bits of story as reward for using powers in different combinations.
I like it a lot once it gets going, but I think that it could have been paced better here at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look here, we have had this huge bottleneck now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have a huge bottleneck where it's gonna take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's gonna take at least 7 battles to unlock these first 7 stories completely.
Yeah.
Just because of that passive slot bottleneck.
Mm-hmm.
Time to move.
So that's unfortunate. It didn't need to be that way. They could have unlocked a passive slot earlier, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Actually works out quite nicely for this particular challenge.
Have you ever caught yourself grinding for the story?
Yeah, but you can't really. You have to do a more of like a passive grind.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because the battles, I don't think it's often that you can just go back and repeat these battles.
But what about your little space between place? Does that count?
I don't think it does, because they give you functions there that you don't have.
To do challenges with.
Right.
Okay. Ah, I love these little enemies. They're really cute and spooky at the same time. Do you have a favorite way to play? Like, do you like being in turn or out of turn better?
Well, I used to play, whenever I first played this and I was playing with keyboard and mouse.
Mm-hmm.
Hey! Is anyone out there?
Woo.
Thought so.
We out here? What's up? Who was that? That was not Transistor's voice, right?
No, that was Transistor.
Oh. Why was he yelling so loudly?
He said he wanted to try something.
Oh, okay.
Evidently, volume control has just been innate and just didn't use it before.
Uh-huh.
So whenever I was playing with keyboard and mouse, I basically played the game exclusively in turn. Now that I'm playing with a controller, I like them both equally for different things. I do like to try to save my turn, I found more and more, for emergency situations.
Mm-hmm. Where you have to get something exactly right.
Yeah, I'll take a bunch of damage. Actually, and also it sort of depends on the enemy that I'm fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Because fighting, say, it's a fairly basic enemy. I think it might just be called a creep or a creeper.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a creep.
Mm-hmm.
But it's sort of like a skittery little... Well, it's a skittery basic enemy that's about the size of Red. It has like a central orb and a few legs and a little pointed pylon hat. Or sort of head fin, and it fires, at this point in the game, a W-shaped beam, like all originating from its big central orb, and that is actually one of the harder attacks to dodge. So anytime one of those shows up, I try to take care of it in turn. Okay, so that one's done, but we'll start with that in some other episode. And then this one is now in the passive slot. So this one, I guess, can just go back. And now this needs to go into a passive slot. And see, are you starting to... I guess...
It is a bit of a shuffle here at the beginning.
I guess that this is functionally the grind for this game, because... like... I don't know if it achieves its goal exactly, because what I think what it's trying to do is it's trying to encourage you to try out different things. But, for example, here, I'm going to just put this in any old, like whatever upgrade slot seems to work for right now, just to get it out of the way. And I don't think that that's encouraging. It's encouraging diverse play, but I don't know if it's encouraging smart play, you know?
Yeah.